The easiest way to just start this off is just saying hi. Hey, how are you? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you? What's up? My name is Deontay Tyrese, and this is the Why You So Mysterious podcast. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in. I really do appreciate you for taking your time listening wherever you are. Wherever you're getting your podcast, again, you could be anywhere, but you're here with me. So let's just really get down to the start of things. So, basically, I really just want to, come here and just give you guys me. There's a lot of passions that I've had in this life. There's a lot of ideas that I've had in this life. And, one of the things that I feel like I really like and I really enjoy and I think would help me in a sense. I really like podcasts. I really enjoy, listening to different people's opinions. I really have a really good love for good journalism. I think journalism is actually not, I think I know journalism is such a lost art to the point to where, people will take small clips of things and make whatever narrative, make whatever story, whatever fits their mindset on a particular thing, they will take that and they will run with it. And I really think that is such a dangerous thing, especially with the way that things are going on nowadays. It's so dangerous just to pass along or willingly pass along misinformation. And so I really want Why You So Mysterious to be one of those places where you can get good sound information, good sound entertainment, all those different things. I want to compile so many different elements in one pot and cook that thing up. You know what I'm saying? I am from, and this may be controversial, but it is what it is. I'm from the south suburbs of Chicago. I was born in Harvey, Illinois. I've lived in the city of Chicago. I've really lived like all around, really the Chicagoland area. Again, whether it be the south suburbs of Chicago, the city of Chicago. I haven't lived downtown, but I have spent time downtown. In terms of the blocks, that I never, let go of. I never, just not, show any respect to. 88th the East End. You got 165th in Ashland, 165th in Marshfield, 163rd in Hermitage. Like, those are places where I've grown up. And, I've spent a lot of time there. And I have a ton of memories with a ton of people. And I just want to say to those people that are in those areas, if you're watching, if you're listening, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this journey. I think being able to see both the south suburbs of Chicago and also the south side of the city of Chicago really helped shape me into, being a good balance of what a Chicagoan, really means. Man, those summers in Chicago growing up, man, were a time to be lived. And I really feel bad for the kids nowadays, because they don't really get to experience it how we got to experience it. At least growing up for, people like me, I was outside all the time. I was here, I was there, I was everywhere. I wasn't really confined in a box in terms of, being able to go different places in the city. My home could be, one place and I'm, 5, 10 miles, 20, miles away from the crib, and I'm just outside having fun. That's one of the things that I really wish my city would get back to is having fun. Because, that was really a great time. For those of you who got to experience that time, shouts out to you because more than anything, like I said, we had our fun. Around my sophomore year of high school, I ended up moving to Las Vegas, came out to Las Vegas, and, people ask, how did that even happen? So the way that I ended up coming to Las Vegas, my sister ended up coming here. She had a friend that stayed here, and it's really childhood friends that we grew up with, and they ended up moving here. I want to say like '08, '09, 2010, something like that. And so, eventually she came to visit and she liked it. And I remember she came back home, she telling us all about it. You know what I'm saying? Las Vegas is this, Las Vegas is that, it's so great, woo woo, this and that. You know what I'm saying? At the time she had a crib out here in Vegas. So it was just one of those things where, I was like, you know what? I want to try it out. So, you know what I'm saying? We drive out here, me, my sister, my mama, my grandma. Rest in peace to my Granny Carrie. That lady there, man. Anyways, man, so we drive out here, I check it out, and it's a vibe, you know what I'm saying? It is nice, it is hot, you get to see palm trees, you know what I'm saying? Being in Chicago, you don't see no palm trees, you know what I'm saying? You don't see none of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you used to full weathers, 4 seasons, you know what I'm saying? Winter, spring, fall, summer. Out here, you got summer and winter. Really. And they winters not even like real winters, you know what I'm saying, to a person like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no snow. So it's definitely different. You know what I'm saying? I come from a place where you had to have snow at your waistline before they say school was canceled. It used to be crazy. But I remember walking through snow up to my ankle, you know what I'm saying? Past my ankle, you know what I'm saying? Where my shins at is crazy. Those days, I appreciate those days because that was just as fun as the summertime. You know what I'm saying? The wintertime holds special memories to me just as much as the summertime. But again, back to Las Vegas. Sister comes out here, we drive out here, I check it out. And it really took a lot for my parents to, say, okay, you can move with your sister. But after, constant asks, constant begging, constant requests, they finally let me go. Later in life, I ended up finding out that if it really wasn't for my Granny Carrie, you know what I'm saying, my mama would have, like, really put the hammer down. It was like, no, you can't go. But Granny Carrie did, what she did. She said what she said. And my mom allowed me to come. And for as much as, life has thrown at me, for as much that has happened, I really appreciate, being able to experience another portion of life, another, piece of life, a different culture, a different scenery, because different things they make you feel a bunch of different ways. You can feel nervous, anxious, scared. You can be happy, I felt so many different things, moving to the city of Las Vegas. At the beginning of it, it was a lot of, happy times, a lot of happy memories. I feel like that cliche feeling, we would always do something different. But I think that's one of the things that we can appreciate about life is having the ability to look back and think about the things that we went through and have those memories. A lot of the things that's important in life to me is, family, memories, love. Those things are important. I hold them dear to my heart. And, for those who know me, man, I really love my family because I've made a lot of sacrifices for them. And I realized that there was a lot of sacrifices made for me. You know what I'm saying? Whether if I'd known it or not, there was a lot of sacrifices made for your boy. It was so crazy how things happened. Finished high school. I ended up running from high school. Like the same day I graduated, we ended up flying back to Chicago. And so immediately, maybe like a month later, I ended up going to school. I was going to the Art Institute of Chicago, and the time was had. I really wish that I could finish that because one of the things that I've learned about college is one of those places where you can really find community no matter who you are. In college, you can find every type of person, every color of person. There is no like real confines on what it is that you would see or who you would meet in college. My college days was something that I do hold near to me. I understand, or I have an understanding that, if things didn't happen the way that they happen, I don't think that I would be here right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that I'd be living life right now because I think that, I would just be in such a total, different direction. And that's not me saying that I would have just gone down the wrong path. But I don't know where, the Art Institute of Chicago would have taken me. And again, I'm so appreciative of where I am now. One of the messages that I recently just got tonight was, we have to appreciate and accept the things that we have at our access right now. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate every single thing that I have right now. I appreciate all the people that are around me. I love y'all. I love y'all, man. Man, I say that from the heart, and I hope that y'all feel that, man, through the screen. Feel it. Can you feel the love tonight? Oh, man. But, yeah. Las Vegas, man, Las Vegas is a crazy place. I think that there's a lot of good things happening in Las Vegas, and I really want to be a part of that growth and show it off to people. What this podcast is about, why you so mysterious, I feel like I've always had a very quiet and reserved personality, just simply because of, ways that I've grown up. One of the things that I'm not in schools now, and I probably think that it happens nowadays, but, sometimes kids can be mean and, can help shape and aid the way that, you come up. And I think the way that I came up, I did a lot of listening more than, I did talking. And, even now, that's just how I am. Sometimes people are talking to me and, they're like, dang, why are you so quiet? But it's just, I'm just receiving the information. Something that people really don't like, or people don't know, not people don't like, something that people don't know is I really like to learn. I like to learn new things. I like to experience new things. I like to see new things. I really love traveling. Traveling has been one of those cool things that I've got to experience even at a young age. At the age of like, I think 6 or 7, I've traveled to over, 20 states. And so I think podcasts will force me to be in a space that like breaks me out of my shell. With the type of podcast that I enjoy, I watch a lot of interview podcasts, and I really like to see, conversations happen. I really like to, hear different dialects. I really like to hear, different stories. I love stories. Just to go back a bit, COVID changed our lives forever. And sometimes I can't even believe that COVID was something that I actually lived through. Like, I actually get to watch my daughter grow up and one day get to tell her, like, yeah, baby, you know how the old heads be like, yeah, back in my day, you know what I'm saying, we had the Cold War, and then we had the Common Cold, and if you caught that Common Cold and you didn't have this, and yet, like, there were different stories and things, that happened historically, that we heard about, but we never really like experienced. And COVID was one of those things, at least for my generation, that shaped the world forever. So much has changed through COVID, more than we know. The way that people even live nowadays is so much more different than, how we live pre-COVID days. It's so crazy to me to actually live and experience, something like COVID. It's insane. I really want to get deep in my journalism bag, especially when it comes to the interviews. And I really respect the hustle of the people who are actively being good journalists, within, them doing, interviews, And I think that's another thing that I really appreciate about interviews, because there's so many different stories that, nobody ever like says anything about it. I would like to share more stories with the world in an entertaining way, and also educate you in the process. I was just having an interview. If we're going to be technical, it would be my second interview. There was a lot that I got to share with a friend of mine, a good guy. And there was a lot that I've shared that, some people didn't know. And there was a lot that was shared with me that I didn't know. And through that conversation, I felt like it opened, doors, to a relationship that I never thought would be, where it's heading. I really didn't know how deep my boy's music bag was personally until we were able to be in a space to where we could sit down and have a conversation and learn about each other, learn from each other. It was amazing. I'm excited because, y'all at some point get to experience that, what I was experiencing live, man. And so stay tuned. I really just would like to say I appreciate the accountability of the people that are around me, especially because sometimes even when you don't see your potential, other people will. You should already know about yourself. You should already feel certain things about yourself. I think God has put people in my life that, push me in like indirect ways. And sometimes I need a direct push, just so I can get certain things done. I genuinely believe that this can funnel out into so many different things. I've gotten myself to the point tonight to where it's just like, let's just do it. And let's be consistent with it. Let's work our butt off. Let's take it serious, and let's do everything that we can to show people that, anything can be done if you just put your mind to it and you just get to work. I serve a God that I can do all things through him. I shouldn't fear, myself. I shouldn't fear, really anything, but, God. You know what I'm saying? We out here, we all talking about standing on business. You can't, keep making promises to yourself, to people, and you just not standing on that. Because at some point, you are just going to be in a space to where you won't be taken serious. And I think that's where a lot of people are. They aren't taking themselves serious, so people don't take them serious. And they wonder like, oh, why is this like this? At some point, you got to take this life serious, I have the mind that just receives ideas from different things in his life, people, places, things, and I want something to have some form of foundation. I believe Why You So Mysterious can open so many more doors for me. It can help me in so many different areas in terms of, how I converse with people, because in this life, people are important. There's going to be somebody that this message resonates with, and there's going to be somebody that this video doesn't resonate with. And you know what? Either way, I'm okay with that. I think that I'm at a point now that I get more, let's say, depressed in a sense when I don't create, when I sit on ideas, when I start things and I don't finish them. Just knowing that potentially this could be somewhere else and I didn't do everything that I could to like see this through. This is one thing that I want to see through. And I want to see you guys there. And I want you guys to know that there are many more episodes. There are many more people. There is much more knowledge. There's much more information. And I pray that you guys are here for the ride, because this is only the beginning. I just know, through Christ, it's going to be great things. And so I hope that you're there. Thank you again to all of you who stayed and listened through. Let's do this. Why You So Mysterious? Will we find that out? For life, oh.